Okay, another Gatecrash draft. This first pack is not overly exciting. There's some okay little 2-drops, Scramble Shark, Greenside Watcher. This guy's great, but he's super expensive. This guy is also pretty good, but also pretty expensive. There's just some guys. I'm not sure what the correct pick is here. And wanting to get down lower. Well, actually, I take the Ivy Lane Denizen. I think is reasonable. Soul Ransom. Somebody passed me a Soul Ransom? Anded in Rova Horror? Totally lost? What? The Soul Ransom is really good. So I'm just going to take that. And, you know, if I'm in Orzhov or Simic, I'm happy to splash for this. It's the best kind of removal, the removal that takes it away from them and gives to you. And if this thing wheels, then I'm just going to, like, do a dance. I will literally do a jig. Only because this is audio only recording of me. But if this wheels to me, I will do a jig. Okay. So these are good cards here. He's okay too. Mark for Death is not bad. So we got Scramble Shark, Totally Lost, Skyjack, Oculus, and they're all relatively close. Oculus might be the best one in here. At least if you end up in Simic, it's pretty sick. Which, I don't know. I've seen a couple Scramble Sharks, so Simic might not be that open. I'm gonna take the Oculus. And ooh, Aetherize is pretty ridiculous. I might as well just say, I mean, like, yeah. It just completely wrecks Boros, although it looks like Boros might be a little bit open. But this is probably the best card in the pack anyway, and it's going down the path I think I want to do, which is Dimir, Simic, something blue. Something borrowed and something blue. So I'm happy to go with this one. And I'm going to take the Basilica Screecher, I'm pretty sure. That's, yeah, either that or Assault Griffin or the Guild Mage is probably the best card in the pack. It's pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Screecher. I really like this guy. He's good in Orzhov, he's good in Dimir. Extort is very valuable in both cases. The evasion is super great for Dimir. So there's a Keymaster Rogue, who I'm not really that much of a fan of, but he's okay. God, this would be so good if we were in an environment with more, like, if you were in like a Mirrodin environment and had a lot of artifacts, you could just crush and draw a card. That'd be awesome. I'm going to take the Keymaster Rogue. I'm okay having one of them in my deck. I don't want to have much more than that. So Sapphire Drake's good. To Devour Flesh is bad removal, but it's removal. And there's a Guild Gate and whatever. Oh, that is the cost sort. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hide the Ivy Lane Denizen. I think we got to take the Sapphire Drake, but Devour Flesh is pretty good. That's not so great. Okay, yeah, we'll take a Sapphire Drake. And don't really. So I can take this Slade Street Ruffian as just a guy. It's okay. or I could take a Guildgate to help with a blue splash or green splash, or I could take Basilica Guards in case I decided to go into Orzhov, which I don't think I'm going to want to do. I'm going to take the Civic Guildgate. Might have been better to take the 2/2 for 3, but alright, so this is what wheeled. This guy's still around. I mean, he's not great, but he's decent. So we can take Way of the Thief or Mortis Strider, I guess, in our colors, or Contaminated Ground, which I will make that card work one day, I promise. Alright, so I'm going to take... God, Way of the Thief's bad. I'll take it. I got a Guildgate already. Hey, totally lost wheeled. The, what's-his-face, Dinrova Horde did not wheel, but I'm happy with totally lost. Gateway Shade wouldn't be bad either, but I think totally lost is better. Hey, there's another totally lost. That might be my limit. I'm going to take the Shadow Slice because I'm not sure if I want to run even 2 totally lost. I definitely don't want to run more than that. Naturalize would be okay for the sideboard. Shadow Slice is pretty strong. Gives you quite a bit of reach. So Ruffian, it's fine. And I'm definitely not running the second Wave of the Thief, so we'll take him. Scatter Arc could be used in the sideboard. So it's coming together alright. I'd like to have a few more creatures. This is pretty ridiculously good. And yep. So we got, that's not really a card for us. This is a much better pack for every guild but ours. But Rapid Hybridization, I think, is the pick. Removal, not great removal because he gives him a 3/3, but it's instant speed and gets rid of everything. Hands of Binding or Last Thoughts Wheeling would be fine. Alright, Rapid Hybridization. Wrecking Ogre. Ooh, not in our colors. So, we got the Spy or Sage's Row Denizen, I guess. We're a little heavy on 4-drops, but this guy's better considerably. Yeah, I think I gotta take the 3-drop. This guy's a little bit better in general, but we're getting even though we're probably not running Way of the Thief, but we're getting a little heavy on the 4-drops. So, and this guy needs something to bounce, so I'll take him. Diluvian Primordial. Urban Evolution. So this does, it's a 5/5 flyer for 7, which is okay. You can cast an instant or sorcery spell from their graveyard, which is sometimes it'll hit you know, Grizzly Spectacle or something, and it'll be awesome. We do have a slight, well, we have potential to do some milling. I think that's what we're gonna take. It's either that or Urban Evolution, which is a splash that I'm not sure I want to commit to doing right now. Pit Fight, also splashable with a green, but we don't have that many creatures and they're not very big, so alright, we'll take the Primordial. Biovisionary. Oh wow, so Death's Approach might wheel. We gotta take the Death Cult Rogue for sure, right? Yep, Death Cult Rogue, pretty easy pick. Bane Alley Broker, I like him. It's a Gutter Skulk. So we actually should be able to wheel something from this. We gotta take the Bane Alley Broker now. Hopefully we wheel a Gutter Skulk or a Denizen or Death's Approach. Would like to start getting more 2-drops. Having even just if I get the 1/3, the incursion specialist, he just slows things down. The Oculus is fine for but kind of would like to have a reason to run a forest into this deck, just so I can enable the Oculus. Like if I get one more Oculus, I might even run a forest, just one more, just because having that ability is pretty awesome. And get see-through. And I'm going to pause. Alright, so this is not a great pack for us. There's a the Phantom or Midnight Recoveries in our colors, and Orzhov Guildgate is you could take for a splash. White somewhere. I'm probably definitely not going to do Midnight Recovery. Probably definitely. It's a real term. Look it up. Or I could just take a 5-mana guy for the hell of it. Let's take the critter. A Guild Mage. I think pretty clear pick. His ability is not super great. I mean, eventually if you stalemate, you can just win the game with him if you have got to get a ton of mana. But mostly we're just getting it for 2 mana 2/2. Not good. Oh wow, this guy. That guy's great. I mean, great's overstatement, but yeah. So we'll take a Mind-Eye Drake. And this is the initial pack we opened. Yes, Last Thoughts wheeled. What was the card I wanted to wheel? Oh, the tap thing. So Last Thoughts, we'll take that. And I don't want to play against Active Treason. Naturalize, I could potentially sideboard. Though not really that much. Alright, I'll take it. I'll just cut an Active Treason. Urban Evolution, I could potentially splash. Alright, I'll take a Contaminated Ground, not gonna run it. Sure. Alright, what are we not running? Wave the Thief. Try not to run that. Last Thoughts is a little sketchy. Depends on how it works out. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide the lands. So this is this could be a reasonable deck. Somewhat. I think I'm probably going to be running 18 lands, given how heavy we are. Ew, that's really heavy on the 5-drops. No more 5-drops. And whoa! Well, that would be a good reason to run green. Is that worth money? Speakers. Yeah, it's worth $3. That's not that high. You could take the Psychic Strike or Gateway Shade instead of the Speaker, which that mana cost means we basically can't run it unless we had one other green card, or 1 or 2 other green cards or something like that. So I'm not going to do that. We could take the Prophetic Prism. That wouldn't be horrible. I think the Psychic Strike. Maybe this Prism, because that would be another way to get green mana for the Oculus. It's another 2-drop. And yeah, alright, we'll take first pick Prism. No, wait, I'll take the Mind-Eye Drake. I just totally gave up. I don't want to run the Phantom. Voidwalk is probably not what we want. This is a bad pack for us. Let me think. Any comes into play effects we want to run around with? No, we didn't get the. That would be nice to run, but that's just overdoing it. We're probably not going to do that with the Voidwalk. It would be great if we did, but we're probably not going to do that. So, Gutter Skulk? Jeez, that's a bad second pick. I don't see... I'm not going to run him. Yeah, I guess we'll take the Gutter Skulk. I'm going to just have another 2-mana guy. Can't be that bad. So we got a Guild Mage or a white. Wow, can we get both of them? And then... I guess I don't really want another one of him. How much mill do we have? We have no mill? Or we have these guys, but they only mill when they die. Other than that, there's no mill except that guy. But this guy can get pretty out of hand. But this, yeah, I guess I'll take the white. We're really light on removal. I think I might have gotten into something that was a little bit cut. Stolen identity, maybe not. Well, I could still be getting cut on with the Orzhov, which is the removal. Yeah, stolen identity. We will just steal that identity. Would like to have a little bit more evasive creatures. We got some. We got a Keymaster, Death Cult Rogue, Basilica Screecher, and these guys do have flying too. So, okay, stolen identity. So Metropolis Sprite or Thrall Parasite, I guess, is the choice. I would like to get some more Extort, but I might need the more evasive creature, though. We have 3 Cipher cards in there. Not bad. Let's see, what do we need? Thrall Parasite. He's not that good of a blocker anyway. I'll take the Parasite. I'm not sure about that one. Whispering Madness, we're not that heavy into mill. Totally Lost. Boy, really heavy on the 5-drops. Well, we've got some stuff in the low area, so it's not horrible. It's not ideal. It's not horrible. Discard, draw. Filthip. We don't need to do a white splash. I think I'm probably going to run the just the Guild Gate, the Simic Guild Gate as my only source for the Oculus. Sorry, I gotta take something. Alright, totally lost. Sure. Gridlock. Alright, so Gridlock or another guy there. Not sure. So that's just another guy, and this is a little trick, which may or may not help us. We've got a fair bit of guys there, creatures there. I'm gonna take the Gridlock just because we're not horrible up on the early drops. We've got guys. They're not the best guys, but we've got guys. Millennial Gargoyle is okay. I think okay is the best we're gonna do. Hey, Prophetic Prism Wheel. I almost first picked that, didn't I? That was kind of silly, almost. Shadow Slice. I'll take a Prophetic Prism. It's okay. Let me cut the Debtor's Pulpit. Yeah, we don't want to see that against us. I'll take a Riot Gear, just in case. Don't want a second last thoughts. I'm gonna take the uncommon because it's uncommon. Sure. That actually might not be horrible in Dimir deck. It's not good. Probably not going to run it. Alright, so we're going to have to make cuts here. Cut that. I'm not sure if Last Thoughts is really any good, but I want to play it, so I'm going to play it. Need to lighten up. Yeah, we're not going to run the Urban Evolution. If we'd gotten some more Oculuses, maybe. But we ended up. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'll do it in here. All right. So him. I'm just gonna put one of those in right now. Last Thoughts, just because I want to etherize. Yes, Sages were done as an Oculus. Hybridization, Slice, a Ruffian, Gutter Skulk, and then add that, and that, and that, and that. So that's 22. Just gonna throw these in there, or throw that in there. Alright. So we're definitely a little heavy on the blue side. Although, now that I look at the I guess we're not that heavy. I think 17 or 18 lands. I think 17 lands with this is okay because it draws a card, so that's almost half a land, and it fixes the mana perfectly. So gives me another way to get the Oculus going. And I think this is probably the way I'm going to run it. Yeah, 15 creatures, lots of low drops I can use with the Keymaster Rogue to offset his nonsense. Got just 2 Extorters. I'd like to have gotten more. We're getting a little Cipher going. Maybe. When was the chance I had the chance to get the Sprite? Oh, it was him. Yeah. I'll think about it. I could have had the Metropolis Sprite instead of him. But I think this is an okay deck. It's not great, but it's okay. So we'll run it like this, more or less. How does the color break down? So we can ignore those white mana symbols. So we're a little bit heavy on the blue. I think but because if you look at piles just by the first 3, like, okay. So he's either, he doesn't matter. He's both. So my early drops are actually favoring black over blue. Wow. How did I end up with, like, this is my only removal spell? That's crazy. People must be playing Orzhov all over the place. Or Dimir, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, my early drops are actually more black than blue. So I think I'm going to actually I'm gonna run the Guild Gate because I'm not super fast. Add lands, suggest. Still gonna run 8 swamps and the Guild Gate, or do I? I might even want to run just 8 or more swamps than islands, just because of the early weight towards black rather than blue. I do have 2 double colored, but those are 6 and 7 drops, so that doesn't really matter. It's just in the like in the 4 drop and the 5 drop and the 6 drop areas where I get heavy in the blue. So yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna cut an island for a swamp. Yeah, we got the prism to balance that out. So, and yeah, we do have to extort triggers we're gonna have to pay for. So that's another reason to push us into black. So yeah, that's a deck. It's okay, and I think I'll run it. So I will see you in round 1.